Now let's talk wide receivers. Saul, I love this wide receiver group. Even without Elijah Badger, I would love to get Elijah Badger in here. Obviously, you got T-Mac, the number one wide receiver in the whole country. I will hear nothing of it. Luther Burden, you can have second place. There's nothing wrong with being second place. But after that, I think Malachi Riley, Montana Lamonius Craig, who Bobby Wade loves. He will tell anybody off record how good Montana Lamonius Craig is. So I guess we will find out on that one. But Malachi Riley is the one that I really look to make a jump. Raymello Murphy out of the smaller Old Dominion. But Les Fafita's been vouching for him as well. I like the wide receiver unit a lot. I would like to see them get Elijah Badger. If you were able to get Elijah Badger, then I think it becomes an A+ unit, Saul Bookman.
I think it's an A- right now. I actually like Montana as well. I believe Bobby knows what he's looking for in that regard. I love, Montana last year. I thought he was really solid. Thought he could have got a few more opportunities than he did. And so I expect him to have a really good year this year. And obviously T-Mac is T-Mac. So you know what you're going to get with him. And then, 1,000,000%. I wasn't, some people were like, oh, come on, you're just being a homer. You add Elijah Badger to this wideout core, you have two potential first-round NFL draft picks at wide receiver. There's not a lot of other teams that have that type of ability on the outside, like Arizona would have at that point. And so that immediately takes them, to me, the best wide receiver group in the country and puts them top 5 easily. And so you got to say that that's an A+. So right now I'll say A-.
All right, now I would love to be part of the My Bad Montana Lamonius Craig. First of all, I'd have to get a smoother hashtag than that. If he becomes awesome, I will be the first one to admit that I was wrong. I'm wrong about most things, so we will find out about that one. Now, Elijah Badger, Jacob Cowing. The great Jacob Franklin came in here and said that Elijah Badger is clearly better than Jacob Cowing. 4th-round pick Jacob Cowing. What say you, boss?
I don't think it's that close. I don't think it's that easily, discernible.
Likewise, I said he's better. I didn't say he's clear. I said he's better.
Wow.
I mean, based on what though?
You said he was better last week on the show.
He's a good player. I don't think he's he's marginally better. Let's just say that. He's marginally better.
Okay. All right. But you can make the case. Obviously, totally different players. But Jacob Franklin laid down the gauntlet. And he said that, Jacob Franklin, we will not have any of this anymore.
I stood on my laurels, Mike. You love to embellish things. I stood on my laurels and I said Elijah Badger's better than Jacob Cowing.
I'm going to take Jacob Cowing. Now, I'm going to take Jacob Cowing. I am going to back the A on this one. It is all right. You guys are allowed to be wrong. But either way, I love the wide receiver unit. And here's the other cool thing about it. If these guys get open, Noah's going to get them the ball. That is the really good thing about it. Having a quarterback that can get you the ball. I know this sounds really, really stupid and really, really surface level. I don't care. It's really an underrated quality because a lot of people don't. All of a sudden, guys that, when JDL did some good things, obviously, but when Noah came in, all of a sudden, some other guys were starting to eat too. You can't tell me that they weren't open when JDL was in there. I'm going to say that.
I mean, did you see Elijah Badger with Jaden Rashada last year? Oof.
Hey,
it wasn't all that great.
I get it, man.
They didn't have much to throw back there at quarterback. So you definitely are increasing the value when you throw in somebody like Fafita throwing the ball to Elijah Badger, if that should come to,
What is Arizona getting in Elijah Badger from your vantage point up in the state's capital, if Arizona were to get him?
I mean, he's a solid athletic receiver. I mean, he's not, the measurables aren't going to be there in terms of he's not 6'5". He's not going to jump out of the gym, but he is as good a route runner and as strong a receiver as you're going to find in college football. He's solid with his hands. He can create separation. He's physical, and that's what you love. Elijah Badger's a very, very good wide receiver, much like a Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, I will take that. If you want to give us Brandon Ayuk 2.0, I like it. Brandon Ayuk. We will definitely take that. Let's see. Okay.
So answer the question, Mike. Brandon Ayuk or Jacob Cowing? Come on. No. If it was just compared, answer the question.
Jacob Cowing or Brandon Ayuk? Watch this. Watch me stand on integrity or stand on business, as the kids would say. And I would take Brandon Ayuk as being better. Very simple. Very simple. That was not difficult, Jacob. I almost called you Jacob Cowing. You could You could
Jacob is cowing behind this monitor is what he's doing right now.
He is. Jacob is cowering behind this monitor.